Change was a distant word. There was a time that would only encounter it a few times in a decade. Today, I know that every day will bring change. There will be moments where I'll embrace it, but most of the time, I know I'll resist, hoping to fold the edge of the page of what has become my favorite story yet. I knew you before I met you. That's a funny thing. But I still had so many questions about you and to ask you. The pain with which you came left me breathless. From then on, nothing has been the same. I see myself in you, and in the same time, I see all that you do through you. Discovering every color and note with you, learning how to smile despite the weirdness, developing the handy skill of doing everything half asleep, staring helplessly at every how to parent guide available. Those first few months felt like a blink, so I kept my eyes open, hoping that I wouldn't miss a thing. These moments are rare, but I know that even for a little while, on days like today, when the wind is still and the sun lingers, I can take a mental picture and hold on to this memory, comforted that it will never change.
Sa pagpili ng diaper, kailangan comfortable kay baby at affordable kay mommy. Kaya choose Huggies Dry Pants, ang diaper na may total dry comfort sa presyong panalo. May quick dry layer that absorbs up to 7 cups of wee-wee and a leak lock system that locks it inside. Para palaging dry at happy si baby sa presyong panalo kay mommy. Huggies Dry Pants, total dry comfort sa presyong panalo. Also available, Huggies Baby Wipes.
Mula sa una mong iyak hanggang sa una nating yakap, wala akong ibang iniisip kundi ang alagaan ka.
Ang Huggies Dry Newborn ay may runny poo leg guard at all-around cottony softness, kasama mong mag-aalaga mula sa una hanggang sa susunod pang mga yakap. Huggies Dry Newborn. Also available, Huggies Pure Clean Wipes.
Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to the mommies and daddies that are here today. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Mami Davidchua, and I'm going to be your host for today. And I would like to welcome you all to our Mommy Mundo and Baby Hugs Father's Month special. Yay! This is so exciting because today we have a great dad joining us to dive into the theme of the day. Our theme of the day is Daddy Duties Newborn Care 101. But before anything else, we of course let's acknowledge Mommy Mundo for putting this event together. For almost 2 whole decades, Mommy Mundo has been the country's leading source for healthy pregnancy, breastfeeding, active parenting, mom wellness, and mompreneurship. O, di ba? Ang galing. As a community, they have supported and inspired moms like me, moms to be, mompreneurs, and dads by providing insightful articles, learning events, and fun activities that help and enhance the parenting journey. So this year has marked another milestone for Mommy Mundo because this year Mommy Mundo launched Daddy Mundo! Yeah, you heard that right. Ang galing, diba? Now we call it Daddy Mundo. That is right. The platform will now have monthly events for and by dads. This, of course, being one of them. We also want to thank Huggies Philippines. Thank you, Huggies, for making so many of these events possible. To the moms and dads out there, especially to the new parents, we know that you've been reading a lot of how to parent tips online, and we're so happy because Huggies offers exactly this through their online parenting community. It's called Huggies Club. Have you guys heard about that? Okay, so Huggies Club aims to empower moms with relevant information about parenting and diapering. Huggies Club is also a loyalty program for our Huggies community. As a member, parents would also enjoy exclusive discounts on their Huggies favorites. So what are you guys waiting for, moms and dads? Sign up now. You just have to log in and visit huggies.com.ph. So don't forget to sign up so you can be a part of their Huggies community and Huggies Club. And be sure to also visit Huggies Shopee and Lazada official stores today and get the Huggies dry new board for as low as 6.50 pesos. Sobrang mura, di ba? That's only per pad. So definitely a great deal for starting families like yours, moms and dads. All right, and that lines up today with today's theme, giving new dads the confidence to be dads and care for their new babies. You know, I think in the time now, before, no, kasi I got pregnant in 2006, gave birth in 2007. So I'm just gonna share a little story. So before, hindi naman uso yung Google or yung mga chat groups or, you know, Facebook groups, diba? So parang everything was just a little bit harder. I think back in my day, I gave birth in 2007. So my husband, I think, was very scared kasi he didn't know what to expect. But in fairness to him, during my pregnancy, I think he was pretty good kasi 'di ba dati hindi pa man uso yung mga rider or delivery. So pag nag-crave ako ng ice cream or cake, in fairness naman, he goes out really out of his way just to buy what I want and what I'm craving for. So kudos to my husband for doing that. And I think when I gave birth, no, I think as new parents, we don't really know what we're doing. So we just really base it on yung mga tinitip sa atin ni na mommy or nila daddy or anyone who around us already has experience, di ba? So this is why today is a great day because, but before we begin pala, we have two giveaways for you today, ha? First of all, what we need you to do is visit bit.ly/babyhugs2021 to view the full mechanics and get a chance to win 1 month's worth of Huggies diapers! Yay! And secondly, as of right now, this very moment, daddies who answer this question in the comment section also get the chance to win 1 month's worth of Huggies diapers. Okay, are you guys ready? Because our question is here. This is the question. Listen, what is your favorite Huggies dad moment? Again, the question is, what is your favorite Huggies dad moment? Again, share your heartfelt answers with us in the comment section. Guys, go ahead and comment your answers, and you might win diaper supply for a month from our dear friends at Huggies. All right, guys, don't forget, just comment down below so you guys can win. And if you guys have any questions, you can also comment down below, and then later we'll have time to answer them. And it's time. Now, I would like to call on our guest speaker for today. Dr. Bistek Rosario is a pediatrician and father of three. He studied medicine at the University of Santo Tomas and had his pediatric residency training and pediatric pulmonology fellowship at the Makati Medical Center. His private practice is at Tri-City Medical Center in Pasig and Medical Center Taguig. He is also a visiting consultant at Makati Medical Center and is a board member of the Makati Medical Society. His wife is acoustic singer and also a proud Mami Mundo mom, Princess Velasco. Hi, sis. All right, I think it's time for Doc Bistek to come in. Doc Bistek, are you there?
Hello. Hi, Maui. Hi.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
Doc. Hello. Yes, I can hear you perfectly
Hi.
fine. How are you?
Hello. Good morning to everyone
Good
and to all the
morning.
daddies here. I'd like to say
Yes.
belated happy Father's Day to everyone.
Belated Happy Father's Day. And to you also, Doc Bistek,
Yeah.
belated Happy Father's Day.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and I think, Doc Bistek, you have a presentation for us this morning.
Yes, I'll have a presentation for you guys.
There.
So there it is. Okay. So can I start?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Hi to all daddies who are listening. So today I'll be talking about daddy duties. So very basic, okay? I want you to all know that daddies should not be scared of the new babies. You have to be informed of the proper ways because you have a newborn coming, okay? So for next slide, please. So for today, I'd like to talk about the proper newborn care in the hospital, newborn checklist before you go home, the newborn care at home for the first weeks, what to watch out for in newborns, and to daddies, what we do to help mommy with your newborn. So it is important for daddies not to be clueless of what will happen. Very important yan. Because you are remember you are a partner, and you have to be partners in taking care of your newborn. Next slide. So let's talk about newborn care at the hospital. So this is when the baby comes out. Okay, next slide. So after your OB says baby out, what happens next? So here we do your routine newborn care. So what entails this newborn care? So we have your unang yakap, your cord care, your vaccine, your erythromycin ointment, and your vitamin K injection. Next
Doc, I
slide, please.
remember that, if I may add, yung unang yakap, yun yung
Yes,
contact with the baby, tama ba? When the
yes,
baby first
this
comes
is
out. Yes.
yes. Next slide, you'll see. So
Okay, okay.
So this is your skin to skin contact with mom or your unang yakap. Okay, this is very important right now. It's done in almost all the hospitals in the lying-ins, and we should promote this one because it can improve the heart and lung function of your baby. It can stabilize the body temperature, regulate the blood sugar. It can initiate your breastfeeding earlier, and it can transfer good bacteria. It can reduce crying and relief from pain. It also can ease the transition from the womb, and it can boost, syempre, the mother-child bonding. So ito yung very important na pagkalabas ni baby, gawin agad natin to dun pa lang sa delivery room or kung nasa lying-in ka, dun agad magawa natin agad tong skin-to-skin contact with with the mom.
Yes.
Next slide. So here is just a picture of the proper cord care. Next slide. We give your basic hepatitis B vaccine and vitamin K injections. This is usually given. The vitamin K is for bleeding. So you will the babies, if you have low blood vitamin K, kasi your babies are prone for bleeding. So we don't wait for that. We usually give those vitamin K shots.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide. And usually we give also this antibiotic eye ointment. It's usually for what we call in layman's term pink eye. So we won't have any problems with bacterial conjunctivitis or neonatal conjunctivitis. Next slide. So, okay, so baby comes out na, baby is okay. And usually now in the pandemic, we usually room in our baby very fast. Okay, so once we are roomed in, we have to start our breastfeeding. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we need to know how to, the proper sleep, the proper or the number of urination, the proper bowel movement, care of the umbilical stump or the cord, and we should take note of our baby skin color. Usually when you are roomed in, you are usually monitored. The baby is monitored every 4 hours for yun, heart rate, breathing, and the temperature. Next slide. So what are the daddy duties in the hospital? So right now, we are in a pandemic, so most hospitals only allow one person to stay with the mom. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
what the daddy needs to know is that you have to attend to the mommy and the baby's needs. Okay, you will be the one to talk to doctors, the nurses, okay, and usually you have to promote and help your mom or your wife or your mom breastfeed and change diapers, and syempre you need to do to know the basic way to bathe your babies.
Yes, alam niyo, Doc, ibig
Next.
sabihin na no, yung daddies natin ngayon need to step up more kasi hindi katulad dati na
Yes.
pwede si mother-in-law or si mommy sumama. Talagang
Yes.
sila na muna because of the pandemic and the current situation.
Yes, tama yan. Right now, sobrang hirap talaga. You need to have, kunwari, mga anak yung mom, you need to to have your PCR test. Pati syempre
Yes.
yung dad, magkakaroon ng testing, PCR testing.
So may
So,
mga screening
kayong
din
dalawa
talaga.
lang.
Mm-mm.
Yes, kayong
And 'di
dalawa
ba,
lang
Doc,
talaga sa
si
hospital.
si si Princess also gave birth ba last year? Was it during the pandemic also? So may experience kayo?
Yes, sobrang iba. First time na kaming dalawa lang. Dati kasi may
Yes.
kasama pa kaming isang yaya para at least
Oo.
makatulong din.
Yes.
Tapos walang bisita. Bawal
Oo,
bumisita yung
bawal.
mga tao. So,
Mm.
buong time na nasa hospital ka, kayong dalawa lang talaga. So, the dads really need to step up. They really need to know mga
Yes.
duties nila in hospital. Kasi, syempre, si mommy is recovering, so ikaw lang yung
Tama.
malakas. So,
That's right.
kailangan ikaw dapat yung namamahala sa lahat ng pwedeng gawin para matulungan mo si mom take care of the
Tama.
babies.
That's right. And this is
Okay?
also the importance of our topic today. That's why we are covering it. Kasi nga, right now, the daddies need to step up as well.
Yes. Okay. Again, kailangan hindi kayo clueless mga daddies, okay? Kung
Yes,
anong
listen,
ginagawa
daddies.
or anong mangyayari sa hospital. Okay? Next slide. So what can you do to help? So again, help and support mommy with breastfeeding. Alam nyo, mahirap mag-start mag-breastfeeding lalong-lalo na pagka first baby to. So you have to
Yes.
encourage your wife to breastfeed, okay? You should know how to change diapers, okay? Guilty ako dyan. Nung first baby ko, hindi pa ako masyado marunong. Pero at least natuto na on the third.
Buti
Nag-change
ka
na ng
pa,
mga
Doc.
diaper.
Yung husband ko,
Hmm.
third baby na namin, hindi pa natuto. So, how I wish he saw this live before I gave birth.
Kailangan matuto. Kasi wala. Minsan sobrang si mommy talagang
Pagod.
masakit. Lalong-lalo na if CS si mom ha, na hindi
Yes.
pa masyado makagalaw, ikaw kailangan ang mag-change ng diapers kasi hindi naman pwedeng palagi yung nurses lang ang maggagawa nun for you. You have to know and you have to learn. Okay?
That's right.
Skin to skin contact with daddy. Okay, this is important. You can also do it para at least the baby will be soothed kung crying talaga siya. Kailangan matuto rin kayo magganyan. You have to know how to hold your baby. So again, another one is you don't hesitate to ask help and you have to be the designated runner, taga-asikaso ng lahat, pati bill, syempre.
Yes.
Since mommy is recovering from giving birth. Next slide. So here are pictures of babies crying. Okay? In the next few slides, kailangan natin malaman mga dads of crying cues. Okay? Next slide, please. So every time the baby cries, hindi ibig sabihin the baby is hungry. So other reasons for crying can be discomfort. Okay? So wet on diaper, the baby can have a little pain, can be tired. Maraming may napapansin ako effect of coffee and cigarette smoke. Okay? They can be bored and they can have colic kaya sila nagka-cry. So kailangan medyo alam nyo kung yung mga reasons na to kung bakit para at least you can soothe your baby so your baby can stop crying. Next
Yes,
slide.
and Doc, I think that is, if I just can insert, no, I think that's one of the
Yes.
challenges when you're a new parent. Because yun yung isa sa
Yes.
pinakamahirap is decoding why your baby is crying. 'Di ba?
Yes, tama. So may mga hunger signs tayo kasi most of the time, syempre, pag umiiyak ang baby, gutom siya. So here, hunger signs can be increased eye movements under closed eyelids or open eyes. They can open their mouth and stick out the tongue and turn head to look for the breast. They can suck or chew on hands, fingers, blankets, pati cellphone, pwede nilang i-chew. And they can have soft whimpering sounds. So best dapat na hindi sila mag-cry. So maaga pa lang dapat alam nyo na ginagawa nito na baby at hindi na sila mag-cry kasi ang crying is a late sign of hunger. So mas mahirap silang isuit or patahanin if sobrang hungry na talaga sila. Right? Next slide. So yan, yung mga feeding cues na sinasabi ko. So there is early, and there's mid, and there's late. Okay? So pag sobrang late na talaga na crying, kailangan mo pa talaga siyang patahanin bago mo siya uh, pakainin ulit or i-breastfeed.
Breastfeed.
So maganda, maaga pa lang, napapansin mo na ay mukhang gutom na si baby, mabigay mo na yung mag-breastfeed na kayo para at least tuloy-tuloy hindi na siya iiyak si baby. Okay, next slide. Okay, so how long should the mommy breastfeed each time the baby is hungry? So right now, you need to breastfeed per demand. Okay, pero usually, you need to breastfeed every 1 to 3 hours. Baby, again, can do cluster feeding. So medyo, yung iba, medyo madalas, every hour talaga nag-feed. Depends on the demand ng baby nyo. So every time talaga na mukhang gutom, you need to feed our babies.
That's right. And
Next
I
slide.
think, Doc, we can also do yung pag-list down, no? Kung kailan sila
Yes.
breastfeed so that they can get a grasp of how many hours si baby nag-feed.
Yes,
Tama ba,
tama
Doc?
yan. You need to you need to know kunwari every 2 or 3 hours talaga, you need to jot down the time na 3 o'clock ako or 10 o'clock ako nag-start nag-feed. Ang next ko talaga dapat would be 3 hours afterwards. Para at least makita mo, mag-gauge mo. You need to have that proper routine kasi once you have that routine na tinatawag natin of feeding, mas magiging madali na yung feeding para sa inyo at saka para sa lahat.
Tama.
Next slide. Okay, this one lang shows us yung stomach capacity. Kasi usually, pag newborn, first baby, medyo mahina pa talaga yung lumalabas na breast milk kay mom. Okay? So, don't worry. Okay? Relax. Okay? Kailangan relax si mom. Kasi pag day 1, mapapansin nyo, day 1, 5 to 15 ml lang or at least 1 table teaspoon lang ang capacity ng ang stomach ni baby. So even kahit wala kayong napapansin na lumalabas dun sa feed sa breast milk, okay? May nakukuha yan. So you just have to do it every 1 to 3 hours na feed. Dadami rin po yung milk nyo. And mapapansin nyo naman, next slide. Ayan. Mapapansin nyo, after you feed, okay, how will you know na okay na si baby or satisfied na siya? The baby usually falls asleep after feeding. Okay? And usually, this is what I usually ask them. You need to remember the time the baby urinates. So, on the second day, kailangan 3 or more diaper changes with urine. Okay? On the fourth day, at least 6 or more diaper changes with urine. So this will tell us na hindi dehydrated si baby and the baby is getting enough breast milk from you. Okay? Daily bowel movement is not always, especially sa mga breastfed, but most of the time, ang breastfeeding moms can do as much as 8 times. So kung 8 times kayo nag-breastfeed, pwedeng 8 times din po kayong mag-change ng diaper ni baby. Okay? And weight gain is usually yan 20 to 30 grams per day. So usually yan yung chine-check natin sa mga well baby visits natin sa mga pedia nyo. Alright? Next slide. So, do I need to burp baby after feeding? Yes. Okay. Very important to burp. Okay. To prevent colic. Okay. So, you keep the baby up after breastfeeding, and then usually you have to do it for 4 to 6 months yung burping na yan until matuto na talaga si baby na mag-burp on its own.
And I
Next
think,
slide.
Doc, yung pag-burp is different for every baby. Hindi agad-agad nag-burp yung ibang babies. Tama ba, Doc? So you just
Yes,
have
yung
to be
iba
patient and
hindi.
waiting.
Yes. I usually ask my patients to wait siguro kahit mga 10 to 15 minutes para at least naka-burp na talaga kahit di nila narinig minsan, pero at least nagawa nila yung proper burping.
Doc, pag hindi nag-burp si baby, ano yung mga dangers nun or yung mga possible na mga disadvantages pag hindi nagpa-burp?
Well, usually mapupuyat si baby, mapupuyat si mommy at si daddy
Kasi
kasi
iyak
nga
ng iiyak.
magiging usually mapapansin niyo yan yung colic na yan, it usually pag madaling araw, the baby will suddenly cry, okay, or they become fuzzy all night, okay. It's because the gas is still there and hindi nyo talaga na burp, okay. Mapapansin niyo rin kasi minsan kaya sila sa madaling araw nangyayari, hindi talaga, well, tulog na si mommy or si daddy, puyat, hindi masyado na burp, kala nila na burp na, so kailangan talaga tiyagain in the first few months yung ganyan na pagbe-burp para at least hindi nagkakaroon ng colic si baby.
Okay.
Okay? Next slide. So, my baby sleeps most of the time. Is it normal? Yes. Okay, as long as he feeds between sleeping hours. Mamaya, meron akong papakitang slide sa inyo on how many hours na usually dapat natutulog si baby. Pero babies, in general, okay, from 0 to 3 months sleep between 16 to 20 hours a day. Okay, so talagang on the first few months talaga kain tulog, kain tulog, kain tulog lang talaga si baby. Okay, next slide.
Sana all, Doc, na.
Sana nga. Okay. So how often will my baby urinate? Okay. So at least one wee wee on the first 24 hours, okay na. Beyond 24 hours, at least 3 times in 24 hours or more. Okay, kailangan yan. Danger sign, so kailangan, so walang urine or diaper change more than 6 to 8 hours or minsan 12 hours talaga, medyo hindi na talaga yon. That's a sign of dehydration na. Okay, so minsan baka walang lumalabas pa talaga kay mommy, okay, na milk. So you have to check on this and call your doctor about it. Next slide. How often naman will my baby poop in a day? Okay, so sa first 48 hours ni baby, you need to have a poop at least once. Okay, so more than 48 hours, well, it ranges 3 to 8 times per day. This is kung breastfeeding ka, ha. More purely breastfeed infants do not poop for a few days. Okay, may mga ganyan na instances, so don't worry about it. Danger signs, okay? No bowel movement for 24 hours or no passage of flatus or bloatedness or vomiting, okay? In the first 24 hours, kailangan mo dalhin sa ER yan si baby. Hindi pwedeng hindi siya nagpo-poop in the first 24 hours of life. Okay? Baka may problem kasi with the intestines or in the colons, kaya siya ganyan. Next slide. So yan, umbilical stump, kailangan yung malaman na it should fall off. Ako gusto ko 1 week pa lang within 7 days pero it can fall off
Very.
within 7 to 14 days, okay? Abnormal ang if hindi siya mawala in more than a month, okay? Baka may problem with mga ano yan, with mga sa blood kaya siya ganyan. So for now, no binders or big kiss muna. Okay? We highly discourage it kasi minsan it can be a cause of infection or si baby hindi masyadong nakaka-burp or hindi nag-expand yung tiyan niya because of this binders or big kiss na nilalagay niya sa tiyan ni baby.
Alam mo, Doc, speaking of binders and big kiss, back in
Yes.
2007 when I gave birth to my daughter, nag-big kiss pa siya. And then later on, so hindi ko alam kung anong year na hindi na uso yung big kiss. Pero Doc, ang tanong ko is, bakit ba nagkaroon ng saying dati na kailangan mag-big kiss? And bakit lately lang or recently lang nawala yan?
Actually, hindi naman siya. Wala ang ang laging sinasabi sa akin, nagbibigkis daw kasi ang mga babies because ayaw nilang lumaki yung tiyan ni
Oo nga,
baby.
or para
Pag
maganda yung waist,
tumanda,
malaki. Yeah.
oo. Which is hindi mo dapat ginagawa yun kasi hindi mo dapat kinokontrol yung feeding ni baby
Body.
or kung
Oh,
gaano siya
yes.
lumalaki. Alright?
Mm-mm.
Most of the time, hindi naman totoo yun. Okay?
Yes.
Marami sigurong nagbigkis dati na malaki rin yung tiyan ngayon. Okay? So, not
Oo.
not it doesn't
There's no proven
prove
ano
you
ba.
there's no proven
Yeah.
na it can talaga. Okay? So, I would suggest na kasi ang dami ko namang mga babies na hindi nagbigkis na okay naman yung tiyan nila ngayon. Hindi naman sila mataba
Mm.
or hindi naman
Oo.
maano. It's the proper nutrients that you give your babies. Kung puro junk food talaga bibigay mo, kahit nagbigkis ka, wala.
Wala
Tataba talaga
rin.
sila.
Yes.
Wala rin.
Oo.
So, mostly, it's not
It's
true
just a
for
myth.
me. Okay?
Parang a myth,
It's
no?
just a myth talaga. Yes. So, I would suggest not to do it na lang kasi I
Mm-mm.
think it can be more harmful than beneficial. Kaya wag na lang.
Okay. Ayan.
Okay?
Okay, we learned
Sige.
something new today, mommies and daddies.
Next slide. So yan yung mga umbilical cord, kailangan matanggal na yan within 7 to 14 days. Okay? We really don't want infections. That's why we need that out. Okay? Next slide. So next is jaundice, okay, or a yellow discoloration of skin. We usually see this on almost all the babies. Okay, this is normal if it appears beyond 24 hours, and usually it peaks on the seventh day and disappears within 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, abnormal siya if it appears if the baby turns yellow. Before 24 hours or before mag 1-year-old si baby. And usually ano naman talaga siya, it's a physiologic ang tinatawag natin, physiologic jaundice, mostly because your liver is not that mature. Once na medyo lumaki-laki si baby, mawawala rin yan. And usually, ang ginagawa lang natin for this is we usually ask the parents or mom or dad to expose the baby to sunlight, early sunlight.
Around what
Okay?
time, Doc, would you consider early sunlight for the mommies, the new mommies out there who
Ako,
are listening and daddies?
usually yung pinakamaaga na kaya. Okay? Kasi usually you're after the certain wavelength of the sun. Usually yung mga late na mga 10 and above, 10 a.m. above, medyo iba na yung wavelength niyan,
Mas
nakakaitim lang
harmful
talaga
na.
siya. Yes,
Okay.
oo. So better kung ngayon ang sunrise natin nasa mga 5 eh. So at least kung kaya niyo mag 5:30, mag 6 o'clock, game, go na 'yan.
And then, Doc,
Ano na kayo?
magpa-araw na. And then,
Yes,
Doc, question, for how
para
long magpapa-araw si baby?
usually I ask them to do it at least 10 to 20 minutes na sunlight na naka-ano lang siya, na naka-diapers lang sila. So, you expose the baby, yung front ni baby, tapos afterwards, you turn the baby over yung back naman.
Okay.
Ganun. Okay? Next slide. So those are things that you should know when you're in the hospital. So now you're ready to go home. So ang newborn checklist natin before you go home is, next slide. So again, dapat may Hepa B vaccine na si baby before you go home. BCG vaccine, okay? That's the anti-tuberculosis vaccine. Dapat may expanded newborn screening na tayo, okay? Hearing test, syempre. Cord clamp, dapat natanggal na yan. Usually, yung mga plastic na yan, dapat tinatanggal. And syempre, you need to have those discharge orders and check-up schedule sa pediatrician nyo afterwards. Okay, so next slide. So now comes the more harder part, newborn care
Yes,
at home, the first
that's right.
few weeks. Next slide. So, ang first night ng baby sa bahay, sobrang gulo. Okay? So, you need to relax. Okay? Don't be overwhelmed. Okay? Iba ang may tinatawag kang nurse sa hospital para tumulong. Pagdating mo sa bahay, wala ka nang pwedeng tawagan, kundi ikaw na lang. Okay? So, you have to prepare yourselves by learning how to change diapers. Sabi ko nga, learn how to burp your baby, learn how to carry your baby properly, know how to bathe your baby. And usually, yung first bathing ni baby sa hospital yan. So, maganda magkaroon kayo ng demo on how to bathe your baby. Tapos, next will be how to help your baby to sleep. Okay? Remember, there is no instruction manual that comes with your baby. Okay? But there are general rules that you have to follow for your baby's safety and health. Next slide. So, changing diapers. Again, you need to learn how to change your diapers. Mga new dads. So, purely breastfed babies will have 6 wet diapers in 24 hours. Stools will be 2 to 3 in the first 24 hours, but maybe more if breastfed. Baby's first stool are called meconium. So, ang color niya usually dark green or black. Okay? This will become transitional na magiging parang light colored and then magiging color yellow na sa pinakadulo. Okay? So, as mom's milk increases, the stool would change from greenish color to brownish transition to mustard yellow. So, it can sometimes be runny or sticky. So frequency of stooling may vary. They may go as little as once a week to as frequent to as every feeding talaga. So you have to keep your pediatrician posted for the frequency, okay? And para ma-assess si baby na walang magiging problem. Next slide. How to change your nappy. Again, paturo kayo sa mga nurses bago kayo umuwi, okay? Next slide. Okay, again, burping, proper burping. Those are 3 types on how you can burp your babies. Next slide. Okay, how to care your baby. So again, may nakikita pa ako mga first parents na takot maghawak ng baby. So you need to learn how to hold your baby. You have to support the head and neck with one hand and the lower back and buttocks at the other one. Okay? Kasi kayo lang yung magkikerry niyan pauwi. Kayo lang magkikerry niyan when you're at home. Next slide. Yan. So, do not hold your baby, the one on the right. Okay? Bawal yan. So, you need to hold it on the part dyan sa left. Next slide. Bathing, again, as I've said, your baby will have to have his first bath in the hospital. So at home, you make sure you support the baby's head and neck. Have the baby sit on the tub with little water lang, okay? Hindi siya pwedeng parang nagsiswimming. Start with the body and do the face last. Use gentle cleansers, specifically made for babies. You may use your bath chair. You may bathe once a day after the cord falls up and keep the cord clean and dry. Next slide. So ito yung sinasabi ko na sleep duration recommendation. Okay? Important na natutulog ng at least ganyan yung mga babies nyo in order to promote yung proper growth talaga. Remember, yung sleeping, okay, while sleeping, your growth hormones go out. So, you need to sleep. Makikita nyo, kahit na teenager, mas maganda, meron pa rin talaga silang mga nap time. Okay? Para at least they can grow yung full potential nila habang lumalaki yung mga anak nyo. Next slide. Okay, so again, sleep. So baby should lie flat on his or her back, okay? This is to prevent yung mga SIDS na ayaw natin, yung mga sudden infant death syndrome, okay? Make sure baby is dressed to comfort and kept warm. You may use a swaddle, okay? Avoid sleeping with baby sleeping on your chest, okay? Again, to prevent yung mga SIDS. Baby may cluster feed and will sleep long after a cluster. So generally, every 3 hours, mga 2 to 3 hours talaga dapat silang natutulog. Okay, next
Yes.
slide.
And then, Doc, regarding yung SIDS nga na sinasabi mo, I think it's important to raise
Yeah,
more awareness because I see some, mothers sometimes on Facebook, Instagram, when their baby is sleeping, ang daming unan, toys. So I think it's important to reiterate na
yes,
dapat wala po dapat mga katabi si baby na mga unan or kumot. Better to use a
yeah,
swaddle.
yes, tama yan. Bawal na bawal yung, lalong-lalo na yung mga malalambot na mga na kama, bawal talaga siya. So, you don't need those things when the baby is around, okay? So,
Yes.
you have to be careful talaga when the newborn is beside you,
Yes,
okay?
and I remember, Doc, before also when every time I have a newborn, and even until now, hindi ako mapakali. Every time the baby is sleeping, di ba, usually they say sabayan mo ng tulog. But it's really
Yes,
hard because you're always worried kasi newborn yan, di ba? And they
totoo
cannot
yan.
tell you when something is wrong. So parang you always want to check on them.
Yes. As in para kang ano rin, naka-night duty rin talaga pag natutulog siya. Kailangan mo lang,
Yes.
titignan
Gising
mo,
ka rin.
okay pa ba?
Oo.
Na humihinga pa ba si baby?
Correct. I always do
Stuff
that.
like
Sine-check
that.
yung chat ko
Yes.
humihinga. Isa ako sa mga
Mm.
paranoid na mommies.
Well, mas maganda yung paranoid na ganyan kaysa yung hindi mo siya napapansin talaga. Kasi at
Mm.
least yan, na nakikita mo talaga na okay si baby.
Yes,
So,
and lagi kang alert.
uh, yes, tama. That's right. Okay.
Okay.
Next slide po. So checklist at home. Again, you have to bathe daily. You clean the tongue and the nose daily. You clean the ears 2 to 3 times a week. Soap diaper area once a week, and the rest of the day use water and cotton or wipes. You can give your vitamins kung prescribe po yan ng doktor nyo. And sunlight exposure while naked or syempre naka diaper lang. Next slide.
Yes. And then, Doc, sorry, I'll just add something again. Speaking of the
Yeah.
wipes, so dati, I just would like to share na you always have to remove the diaper right away when it's full or when they have poop na para they don't get
Yes.
rashes. And that's why it's
Tama.
important also that we get diapers like Huggies na very good quality, diba, Doc? And hindi nagli-leak.
Yes, that's right. Kailangan kayong palit ng diaper kasi kung hindi, magkakaroon talaga kayo ng diaper rash, which is
Yes, wag
very
ibabad.
irritating kay baby. Hindi nila
Na-experience
sasabihin
namin
sa'yo
yan.
na, yeah, hindi nila sasabihin sa inyo na, Makate, mami, iiyak
Yes,
lang talaga siya ng iiyak hanggang hindi kayo makatulog talaga. So,
that's right.
you better, every time there's something na nag-poop, nag-wee, kailangan yung palitan talaga agad yan. Okay? Kasi sobrang sensitive ang skin ni baby. Alright? And kailangan nyo ng magandang wipes
Diaper.
para dyan.
That's right.
Alright? Next. So, I think ang next natin is what to watch out for. Yes. For
Yeah.
So, danger signs na kailangan talagang medyo alam nyo if the baby is poor feeding, has poor activity, has poor cry. Yan, kailangan nyo dalhin talaga sa ER yan. Kung hindi talaga siya nag-feed, hindi pwede yan. So, no urine output for more than 6 to 8 hours. Kung merong fever, 37.8 and above. If nagda-diarrhea si baby. If there is vomiting repeatedly. And, syempre, if there is breathing difficulty or parang napapansin nyo, mabilis huminga si baby or hinihingal siya. And lastly, if may seizures or convulsions. So these are signs na kailangan nyo tawagan agad yung doctor nyo or you have to bring the baby to the ER ASAP.
Yes, and mommies, I want to share na sometimes minsan makikita ko pa, Doc, mag-share pa sa group pag merong emergency. I think the best thing to do is either call na your doctor or bring to the ER right away. Don't wait for responses from mommy groups kasi hindi naman sometimes, 'di ba, accurate Or sometimes also we
Yes.
want na, I think moms should really trust their instinct. Di ba may instinct tayo? When we feel like something is wrong, trust your instinct.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, so after the danger signs, next is next slide. Daddy duties. Again, let me reiterate.
Yan.
Next slide. What can you do to help? Okay, be a partner in taking care of the baby. Very important. Okay, again, you cannot be clueless on what will happen next. Okay, you need to take care of mommy too. So remember, she just gave birth. She is also recovering. So you need to step up. Okay, ensure mommy is eating and hydrating well and help her with her recovery, especially when na-CS siya, changing of wounds, mga ganyan. Uh, Kailangan well hydrated or well nourished si mommy para maganda rin po yung breast milk na lumalabas sa kanya. Okay? Hindi dapat si mommy rin hindi siya ngarag or hindi siya masyadong napupuya talaga. Dapat okay yung well-being niya to produce quality
Yes.
milk. Okay? So you have your as a partner, you need to help your mommy with this types of duties talaga. So help with household duties, errands, and finally be patient and loving to both to the mommy and the baby. Okay? Next
I
slide.
agree.
Ito na ating final slide ko. So, as a daddy of a newborn, we should assume a lead role alongside mommy, not just be content with the supporting role. We are, after all, a team. Okay?
Yes. All right, you guys heard that. After all, we are a team. So be supportive to your wives and to your babies as well. Ang dami natin natutunan kay Doc Bistek. So thank you so much, Doc. But before you go, we would like to answer some comments. Ang dami-daming questions and nag-comments. Nakakatuwa kasi they're really paying attention and they're really interested to learn more from you. So Doc, I will start reading some questions for you, Doc, ha?
All right.
Okay,
Sige.
our first question. And by the way, we have questions coming in from Huggies Facebook page as well because naka-live din sila doon and sa Mommy Mundo page. We'll be getting questions from both lives. Okay, the first question is from Genevieve Saraste Borinaga. Doc, if baby is yellowish, kulay ng eye niya. Oh, sorry. Doc, if baby is yellowish, yung kulay ng eye niya, naiuwi sa bahay, ano po ang best remedies for that?
Ayan, as I've said, you need to expose baby to sunlight. Okay? And usually, yung earliest possible sunlight is best for your baby. And make it ano talaga na may napapansin ako may mga baby na tinatamad sila na i-expose or nakadamit si baby. Okay? Habang nagpapaaraw. So hindi tama po 'yun. You need to expose your baby talaga kung kaya niyong nakahubad talaga si baby, okay lang. Okay? Pero most of the time, diaper lang ang kailangan. At least 10 to 20 minutes talaga yan na proper exposure, mawawala agad yung yellowish or discoloration na napapansin niyo kay baby.
Okay, and next question, Doc, we have from Brian Escoto, Brensoza. Good day, Dr. Bistek. I'm a first-time dad, and I want to know if what is the best sleeping position for my baby?
Sleeping position. Okay. So usually yun na nga, the baby needs to lie on his back or on his or her back. Okay. That's the most safest position that you can position the baby when sleeping. Okay. Bawal yung naka prone or yung nakaano siya nakapatong sa ano nyo kasi minsan hindi niyo napapansin nakatulog kayo tas nakapatong si baby tapos yung mukha niya nakalagay sa chest nyo or sa somewhere hindi na siya nakakahinga pala hindi niyo napapansin. So yan yung mga SIDS na tinatawag natin. So proper way to do it talaga is back talaga, naka-sleep siya on the back.
Doc, would you recommend na may pillow ang mga babies and newborns?
Well, you can buy those pillows na may parang hole sa gitna. Okay?
Yes.
Para to form din, para hindi maging flat yung head niya. Pero usually, yung mga ganun na pillow, sobrang nipis din naman talaga. Okay? Ayaw rin natin yung pillows na sobrang lambot, sobrang fluffy, or sobrang laki. Hindi siya pwede kay baby kasi nga it can get your mga SIDS na ganyan. So, best way talaga is yung mga sobrang flat lang talaga na mga pillows para kay baby.
Okay. And then, Doc, we have another question from Ferry Studio Bencito. Do babies really hiccup in womb? If it's real, why do they do that? Kasi nafe-feel ko sa wife ko minsan na may pumupintig na parang puso and she's on her third trimester.
Nag-hiccup na
Yes.
ano?
Do they hiccup
Hiccups
in the womb
during
daw? Habang nasa
hindi pa
tiyan?
dapat. Usually wala pa naman akong na-experience na ganyan na nag-hiccup talaga. Mostly kicking, nagki-kick talaga sila sa womb, okay? Kung sobrang likot lang talaga nila, okay? Pero yung mga babies kasi inside the womb, usually they swallow eh. Diba? They swallow
Yes.
yung water kasi nandun lang sila sa loob ng water na yan. So, yung mga hiccups sa tingin ko not so much yan. Wala.
Okay. And then, nakakatuwa, Doc, puro lalaki at daddies yung mga nagko-comment at nagtatanong. So, this is from Dale Castro. Doc, question po, ano po ba ang mai-recommend mo para dumami ang breast milk ni mommy?
Okay. Unang-una, kailangan relax si mom para dumami ang breast milk niya. So, hindi dapat siya stressed. Okay? Kung stress si mom, puyat si mom, lahat siya yung
Pressured.
gumagawa, sobrang pressured na kailangan dumami yung milk niya, hindi dadami yan. I've seen so many moms na ganyan na, Dok, parang lahat ginagawa ko na, hindi pa rin siya dumadami. Tapos pag tinanong mo, hindi siya natutulog, lagi na lang, wala, lahat siyang gumagawa, sobrang stress niya.
Nakakapagod.
Talagang, hindi talaga siya dadami. Alright? So, number one, the moms should be relaxed. Okay, they shouldn't be stressed. Okay, you can tapos next would be proper nutrition and hydration. Okay, kailangan madaming iniinom si mommy na na fluids. Okay, and proper diet. Okay, and you can have those mga supplements. Ang dami ngayon yan, supplements na pwede niyang kainin, inumin.
Like malunggay.
Like malunggay, yes. Kung ano-ano mga lumalabas na, pati mga brownies na may lalagyan ng
Yes.
malunggay,
Malunggay,
pati
yes.
chocolates na meron ganyan. Yan, pwede nyo
Yes.
gamitin lahat yan, okay? Just to increase the milk ni mom. And, syempre, kailangan proper yung feeding talaga. Okay? Yung pag-suck ni baby, dapat tama para dumami yung milk agad ni mommy. Yan.
Okay. And then, Doc, we have another question. This time, it's coming from the Huggies Facebook Live. Ang question ni
Okay.
Love Rain is, Doc, pwede ba maligo si baby sa gabi? Kasi bigla siyang umiiyak at hindi tumitigil.
Bathing in the night is not so recommended. Okay, best time to bathe baby is around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. or mga ganyan, 12 noon. Okay, it is because mas mainit the time. So yung mga babies kasi hindi pa sila masyado worried tayo sa thermoregulation nila. Alright? So kailangan medyo mainit yung atmosphere na at yung temperature kasi sa gabi malamig eh. Baka mas lumamig sila, bumaba yung temperature nila, mas magiging problem yan.
Okay. And then, Doc, another question from our Facebook Huggies page. It says, from Cyrus Gallardo, Doc, 6 weeks na si baby. Natanggal na pusod niya 6 days pa lang, pero bakit minsan nagbabasa yung pusod niya?
Could be there is a hindi complete na natanggal yung stump. Pwedeng ganon. Okay? So, kailangan mong pakita yan sa pediatrician nyo, okay, sa doctor nyo, para ma-check niya kung bakit ni ganon. Okay? Most of the time, kala nyo natanggal na lahat, may natitira pa pala. So you need to, for now, what you can do is just continue your alcohol, okay? You can put alcohol para mas mabilis siya mag-dry up. And then, syempre, consult with your doctor for that.
Okay. And then, Doc, another question from our Huggies Facebook. It's from Katarina Diaz. Are vaccines, HEPA, and TB done for newborns before they are brought home?
Yes, there's two vaccines na binibigay before you go home, and this is recommended and kailangan by DOH that you have before you go home, and this is your Hepa B vaccine and your BCG vaccine. Okay, so most of the time, kahit sa mga lying in any hospitals in the Philippines, usually you need to have those two. No? Kahit private or public hospitals, yun yung two recommended na dapat meron ka before you go home.
Okay. And then, Doc, there's another question regarding sa pusod ulit ni baby. This is from March Rilio. Doc, bakit hindi pa rin natutuyo ang pusod ni baby ko? Mga 6 months na po ang baby ko. Worry na po ako, Doc.
Aha, kailangan mo nang pa-check yan sa pediatrician mo. Sabi ko nga, as you've seen in my slides, pag more than a month na nandyan yung stump pa rin, there is a problem. Okay? Dapat kasi within 1 to 2 weeks time natatanggal na yan. So kung yung stump na nandyan, there could be a problem with your bleeding, with the blood. Okay? So you need to have that checked.
Okay. And then another question from Crisanta Balguna from the Mommy Mundo Facebook Live. Ang sabi niya, Doc, naka-end po ba yung danger signs bago dalhin? Or are any of those dapat ER na kagad?
Better ma-ER agad kapag meron kang mga ganyan. Well, syempre, ang pinaka-ideal is you have a contact with your pediatrician para at least nasasabihan mo siya na may ganito, may ganyan, may nangyayaring ganito and masabihan ka kung ano yung next step na pwede mong gawin. Pero for yung mga danger signs na pinakita ko kanina, well, that really amounts to you need to go to the ER ASAP talaga pag may mga ganun ka.
Okay. So another question from Eliza May Bagalanon. Doc, what should be first? Exposing baby to sunlight or bathing the baby?
Mas maganda, sabi ko nga, earliest is sunlight. Okay? So, mas maganda ma-expose mo muna siya sa sunlight. Siguro, kung ngayon, around 6 a.m., magawa mo na siya. And then, you bathe your baby around 10 or 11 a.m.
Okay, Doc. And I think this one is also very important. Another question from Katharina Diaz. Can a mom get a COVID vaccine after giving birth?
Yes, you can. Okay? My wife actually is breastfeeding right now and then she got her vaccine, COVID vaccine. Okay? Actually, studies right now, you can get your COVID vaccine by third trimester. Okay? So before you give birth pa lang. Okay?
So pwede na kagad.
Pwede na. Okay? With Pfizer lang actually. Hindi pa pwede sa ibang mga brands. Okay?
Okay.
Yun pa lang yung lumalabas na studies na okay. Okay? I know certain moms na third trimester had their vaccines na. Okay? And okay naman. Yeah, it's good. So when you give birth, if you want, you can have your vaccines agad. Para at least you can have your protection and baka pwede pang lumabas sa breast milk mo yun, so mabibigay mo rin yan kay baby.
So in any way, it's safe. Kahit pumunta sa milk mo, safe pa rin for the baby as well.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, Doc, another question from Hazel Ulayan Dalisay. Doc, safe po ba ang manzanilla sa baby? Manzanilla.
Manzanilla. Okay. Well, you need to know if meron siyang mga sakit na iba. Like, sabi ko nga, kailangan meron kayong expanded newborn testing. Okay? For example, ang manzanilla, bawal siya sa mga may G6PD na sakit. Okay? And you can only find that out when you do your expanded newborn testing. Okay? So, pwede, so ang sagot ko diyan sa question na sa question mo na yan, pwedeng oo, pwedeng hindi. well, it depends on how well your baby is. So maganda meron ka ng mga yung testing na yan para at least yung expanded newborn testing na yan para at least you know kung okay, safe ba kay baby or not. Yan.
Okay. And then, Doc, we have another question from our Huggies viewers from Duke Sanchez Ilaya. Recommended ba, interesting na, Doc, recommended ba
Mm.
kainin yung placenta? May napanood po kasi ako na Pinay celebrity na ginawa yun.
Actually, wala pang any studies that can say that okay yung ginawa na, okay yun, yung pagkain ng placenta or not. Okay? Um, siguro, further studies for that, just to check kung okay siya or hindi. Pero right now, we really don't do it. Yung mga placenta na gano'n na kinakain.
Okay, Doc. There's the answer
Okay.
for that. And then, from the Rain Free, as Doc, how about po yung baby oil? Okay lang po ba nalagyan si baby noon bago maligo?
Yes, pwede naman mag-baby oil. Pero check syempre if magkakaroon siya ng allergic reactions. Remember, your baby's skin is very, very sensitive. Okay? May soap na nilagay mo, nag-rashes agad. May oil na nilagay mo, nag-rashes agad. So, you have to know kung okay talaga yung baby oil na nilalagay mo or not. So,
Okay.
mostly, kailangan mo lang siya i-check talaga.
Okay. And then, another question from Nori Ann Ramos Serrano. Doc, ano po bang magandang vitamins para sa baby na 1-year-old yung magugustuhan po ni baby ang lasa?
Ang dami niyan. Maraming vitamins na pwede niyong i-take, okay? Multivitamins is kahit na ano actually is na anong brand is good enough, okay? Plus if you're breastfeeding, we recommend you give your babies D3, yung vitamin D3 drops, okay? Remember, medyo mababa ang D3 na lumalabas sa breast milk or konting-konti lang. So you need to supplement it with that. Okay? Tapos, vitamin C, so it's okay. Okay? Remember, if you're breastfeeding, okay, what the mommy takes, nakukuha rin ni baby yan. Okay? So, kung maganda talaga yung nutrition ni mom, vitamins din siya. Actually, kahit di mo i-vitamin si baby, nakukuha rin naman niya yun. So, it's good enough.
Okay, and then Doc, our very last question is from Irene Balbuena Lacanaria. Breastfeeding mom po ako, Doc, 19 months na si baby ko. Pwede na rin po ba ako magpa-vaccine?
Yes, pwede na. Pwede ka na magpa-vaccine anytime. Okay? Best to have that protection. Okay? Sabi ko nga, pating wife ko, 6 months old pa lang si baby ngayon. So, nakapag-vaccine na. No problem naman with breastfeeding. So, if you can get a hold of that vaccine, get it na po.
Okay, again, those are our answers from Doc Bistek. Doc Bistek, I want to thank you so much for your time today.
Yes.
We really enjoyed all the information that you gave us and the answers to the questions from our viewers. Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you, Maui. Thank you, Huggies, for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Doc Bistek. We'll see you again next time.
Salamat. Thank you, Mommy Mundo.
Bye.
Salamat. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. All right, mommies and daddies. That was so informative. I'm so happy we got to talk to Dr. Bistek. But now it's time to read some of the comments from you guys about the hashtag Hugs for Dad. Okay, so our first comment is from Mika Laluques. She said, my favorite Huggies dad moment of my husband is seeing him ensure everything is well taken care of our baby. Hashtag hugs for dad. Ang sweet naman ng husband mo. Nakakatuwa. You should be proud of him. And another comment that we have from Maria Criselda Tualia is, my favorite Huggies daddy moment is during diaper change with our one and only favorite Huggies Dry, where they both get to have playtime. Masayang tignan as a mom na ang bonding ni daddy and baby. Huggies user here since day one. Hashtag hugs for moms, hashtag hugs for dads, and hashtag Huggies PH. Nakakatuwa. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with Huggies. Nakakatuwa that all of your husbands and daddies are so supportive. Okay, one more from the Rain free us. My favorite Huggies dad moment was when he is the one who is in charge in changing our baby's diaper. Napakasarap sa feelings na magkatuwang kami na nag-aalaga kay baby kasama ang Huggies diaper at masaya din kami na nagtutulungan kami para makalaki siya ng maayos. Hashtag hug for moms. Hashtag HuggiesPH. Kakatuwa yung mga kwento nyo. Napapasana all na lang talaga tayo. But you know, ang dami natin natutunan today from our guest speaker, Doc Bistek, about how dads can help more, diba? When we give birth and while we're in the hospital about to give birth. So yeah, that's all. I know ang dami nyo pang questions para kay Doc Bistek, but really that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you to everyone who commented and who posted their questions for Doc Bistek. Today, I want to thank Huggies Philippines and Mommy Mundo, or should I say, Daddy Mundo, for giving us this platform to tackle some of the must-dos of being a new daddy. But before you go, please do not forget to join our contest to be able to get the chance to win 1 month's worth of Huggies diapers. Again, please visit bit.ly/babyhugs2021 to view the full mechanics and sign up. So, mom and daddies, join na kayo dyan because Huggies will be choosing the winners soon. Go ahead and do it na para malay nyo mapili kayo to be a winner. And stay tuned to see if you won. Stay updated on live sessions and workshops on Mommy Mundo by joining the Mommy Mundo community. If you haven't done so, simply go to www.mommymundo.com and click on the sign up now button. So you have to click on the sign up now button for instant access to exclusive news and updates sent to your email. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest events, parenting products, and news. Lastly, please don't forget to give the Mommy Mundo podcast hashtag you the mom. Again, the hashtag is you the mom. A follow and a listen so you can find it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Again, thank you everyone. We've come to our end. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us today. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us till the end. And guys, thank you for your time. Thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you to our Huggies viewers and our Mommy Mundo viewers. I'll see you guys again next time. Again, this is Maui David Chua signing off. Have a great weekend.
Change was a distant word. There was a time that would only encounter it a few times in a decade. Today, I know that every day will bring change. There will be moments where I'll embrace it, but most of the time, I know I'll resist, hoping to fold the edge of the page of what has become my favorite story yet. I knew you before I met you. That's a funny thing. But I still had so many questions about you and to ask you. The pain with which you came left me breathless. From then on, nothing has been the same. I see myself in you, and in the same time, I see all that you do through you. Discovering every color and note with you, learning how to smile despite the weariness, developing the handy skill of doing everything half asleep, staring helplessly at every how-to-parent guide available. Those first few months felt like a blink, so I kept my eyes open, hoping that I wouldn't miss a thing. These moments are rare, but I know that even for a little while, on days like today, when the wind's still and the sun lingers, I can take a mental picture and hold on to this memory, comforted that it will never change.
Kailangan comfortable kay baby at affordable kay mommy. Kaya choose Huggies Dry Pants. Ang diaper na may total dry comfort sa presyong panalo. May quick dry layer that absorbs up to 7 cups of wee-wee and a leak lock system that locks it inside. Para palaging dry at happy si baby sa presyong panalo kay mommy. Huggies Dry Pants. Total dry comfort sa presyong panalo. Also available, Huggies Baby Wipes.
Mula sa una mong iyak hanggang sa una nating yakap. Wala akong ibang iniisip kundi ang alagaan ka.
Ang Huggies Dry Newborn ay may runny poo leg guard at all-around cottony softness, kasama mong mag-aalaga mula sa una hanggang sa susunod pang mga yakap. Huggies Dry Newborn. Also available, Huggies Pure Clean Wipes.